Hey, SCNS Lifetime guys, Christopher Digital back at the North Texas Comic Book Show with my man, Jason the Axe.
I think I was actually on that camera anyway. So.
That's okay, buddy. Don't worry about it. We're
stopping the theme song now. So
okay, that's all right.
There we go. Empty chair.
Woo!
Empty chair. You just vamp over there.
Okay.
It was like Les Miserables there for a moment.
Yeah, we're gonna start singing. You know,
That was making me weep.
I'm gonna shake my head like Anne Hathaway did, and sing a sad song about being a French prostitute.
You're gonna sell your gorgeous locks.
Yes.
You wish you could be a French prostitute.
Hey, look.
Who
hey,
doesn't?
But everybody.
exactly. Whoa.
Who wouldn't want to be a 19th century French prostitute?
Oh, gee.
Hey, man. Syphilis is fun.
That's right. And they made some serious francs back
Except for
then.
going blind and everything.
Yeah,
you know.
well, there's that.
They are going crazy. Anyways, so Jason and myself are hanging out at our. See, here he is. Oh, there's Jason.
Don't touch me.
Jason the Axe, Christopher Danger, and Jedi Cole has rejoined us once again. Jedi, let's. You came by a little while ago to the table here at the North Texas Comic Book Show, which we've had, by the way, an awesome day at. So far, we've had some great interviews.
Interviewed a lot of people today.
We had a lot of nice people come by and talk to us about our lovely show. But Cole, you came by earlier and talked about a little project with your podcast. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yes, over at the Jedi Cole universe at JediCole.com. Plug. We do a little show called Hey Kids Comics that comes out on a weekly basis. And we were looking at the calendar and realizing that come July, about mid-July, we're going to hit the 1-year mark. Mm-hmm. And I'm amazed. Doing a weekly show, we're going to hit the 1-year mark, and I somehow didn't realize I'd wasted that much. No, wait, what?
Waste of time?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we say as well.
Exactly.
We've been going a year. So
I figured there were worse ways I could waste my time, and have.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to do something special. So originally we were going to do episode 50 will actually coincide with our 1-year anniversary. And then I got kind of jealous of episode 50, and I didn't want to waste it on anything.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, well, we format the thing. Each episode is an issue. So why not have an annual?
Oh,
so we're going to have the first Hey Kids Comics annual.
Bad idea.
And so what we're going to do is Andrew and I are going to amass a collection of brief interviews with all kinds of fellow podcasters, collectors, fans, poor hapless souls that we capture on the street. And
you Shanghai.
That's right. We have many ways to make you talk to us briefly. And we're going to do an annual titled The Best Comic I Ever Read.
Okay.
And basically what we're challenging people with is if you had to consolidate everything you've ever known and loved in comics down to either a single issue, a single story arc, or a mini-series, what have you, a print run, what was the best? What touched you? What moved you and made you say, wow, that is what makes this all worthwhile?
And you actually came up to me a little while ago and asked me about this, and I'm going to give you one. I'm not going to say it right now because I've got it formulating in the head, but I've got there's a couple here, and
that's the way to do it.
It's really because
you can reveal your runners up.
I think like 30 different jokes jumped into my head when Chris started saying that stuff.
Dude,
I think everybody
show some
has
respect to the
30
guest.
jokes, yeah.
I am sure. I have nothing but respect for Jedi Cole. It's you, unfortunately.
You've probably heard our show though, so there's a lot of that going around.
Well, yeah, and I think it's a really cool project because to me it's you're going to get how many people are you looking at involving this, including ourselves?
However many people I can squeeze into about 2 hours. We're going to generally an episode is about an hour.
Yeah,
and so I figure this will be our double-sized annual.
Is it going to have some one-shots in there?
We will have all kinds of stuff.
And it's a variant cover.
That's right.
In chromium.
Yes, we're actually going to. We're working on a way to emboss the sound waves.
There we go.
Ooh.
We haven't had embossed covers in a long time.
Now, will it be glossy? Will it be glossy, or will it be old school 4-color?
It will be so glossy that it will blind people.
Oh God. So there's a warning, folks.
Yeah, it comes with sunglasses.
Proceed with this show with caution.
It is
yes.
blindingly glossy.
Oh wow! No, to me, I think it's a great idea. To my credit, it's like I'm a.
To my credit.
To your credit, I'm sorry. I'm tired.
You egotistical bastard. To my credit.
Well, to my credit. So to your credit, my apologies, Jed. I did not intend to say it that way.
I did not say a thing because I thought that was the most beautiful thing I've heard. I have never, because not only was it so masterfully presented that it was almost imperceptible in its brilliance.
I'm so Riri today, man.
Yeah, it was glossy.
It's beautiful.
It was very glossy.
It's like this glass. It shines, but when it hits the floor, well, you're just left with a giant mess. Anyways, so yeah, it's an amazing little project you have tasked yourself with, sir.
Absolutely, I'm constantly. I have what I call the ever-ticking brain, and so yes, that's the one, and. Something's always rattling out, so this one, I had to do something where we could actually talk to people other than just Andrew and I. Sometimes we'll have a third third voice, but if you get a bunch of people talking at once, it gets a little unwieldy.
Oh, we know about that all too well here.
Huh?
What? Where?
Exactly.
What? Podcasting?
Yeah. People talking
over each other. What? That never happens.
No, that never does happen, does it, Jason?
Oh, hell.
But if we couch this in such a way,
I'm kidding with you, man.
You make it a collection of interviews. Yeah, and it gives everybody a voice where they're not having somebody interject and say, "Well, yeah, I read that and I hated it. It sucked." They can say that while they listen to the show.
See, and I think it's a brave project you are engaging on, sir. Because I think there will be controversy. There will be controversy with this. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
Well, we're hoping
but I'm looking forward to it. What?
We're hoping we'll actually get some mail. That people will be
Dear
so
Jedi Cole, I have to compliment you on your show.
I can give you some tips on handling hate mail.
Oh, because he's gotten a little bit of hate mail.
Is my little cup thing over there anywhere that I can?
You're wet in a cup.
You're talking about a vessel for drinking, or
it is a vessel for coffee and socialization. Hi, ladies. Thanks for coming.
I was worried for a second it was one of those.
They totally didn't. They totally didn't. Hi, ladies. How y'all doing?
For athletics.
See, they ignored you too. Ha ha ha.
Hi, ladies.
Sir.
Hello.
Hey, yeah, they know Jedi Cole when they see him.
It's like, damn, he's sexy. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
or do that, or am I?
Actually, no. I probably fall into the Z list of sexy the same way I fall into the Z list of celebrity.
Yeah, I'm kind of starting to bump up on that. So.
Except for apparently being picked up at the Texas line.
Hello.
Hello.
So, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, you told me that story earlier, and I don't.
That one's for Roy Buckingham, by the way.
That is a werewolf story.
Oh, Roy.
Big Roy.
Roy's the worst Facebook friend I've picked up since that show.
Oh, you too? Wow.
But in some ways, he is the best as well.
Yeah. Roy, there's as much as we love you, buddy. We might want to work on the pictures there a little bit.
Every night, I am treated to a picture of Roy shirtless in bed. I don't know what's up with that.
Night, guys.
I was actually talking to somebody about that recently, and apparently this is the best description I've heard. Roy is a closet 16-year-old girl.
Yeah.
I
would agree with you.
That's
man.
why there are so many pictures of Roy on Roy's feed.
It's like, all he needs is the duck face.
My wife does that quite well, by the way.
And again, that one's for Roy.
How dare you insult my wife? I'm just kidding. No, in all seriousness, yeah, this sounds like it's going to be an amazing undertaking, and I am thankful that you've asked me to join in. So I will need to come up with a story for you. We will need to come up with a time to record. Jason, would you like to join in on this foolhardy crusade?
I'm sorry. I was actually monitoring the feed, like working the board and stuff. I've actually got the feed going well here.
Really? He's actually...
I was able to drop the stream.
If we can draw you away from your work for a moment.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make sure that we're getting a decent show broadcast because this one is actually going. And
wow. In that case,
because
have at thee. We'll talk to you later.
No.
Get back to
no.
If you've got time to lean, you've got
time to clean.
Cole is actually one of my favorite. I met Cole at Strip last year, and
which is the Dallas Web Comic Expo, by the way.
Yes.
If you're not familiar, it wasn't like a strip club, or it wasn't.
I actually did that joke at the beginning of our coverage. There he goes. There's Chris.
He's a busy man.
Yeah, so I've known Jason for a number of years now, and
We seem to run in the same
we're
circles.
kind of
Yes.
like convention fixtures, which is I always like that.
That's typically where we see each other. We don't see each other like the grocery store or anything
That's
like that.
right. We vacation separately.
Like, hey, what's going on, man?
Oh wow.
We're at a con.
You both go to the same grocery stores, really?
No, would you listen? Hey,
We
listen.
want to go to the same.
I took
grocery
it. I
stores.
took it. He's more a Trader Joe guy, and you're more an Aldi guy. So
Yeah.
I'm never going to that damn store ever again.
which one, Trader Joe's or Aldi?
Aldi. So I'm never
Aldi.
going to Trader Joe's anymore. Tom. I'm about tired of
You
my
been to
life.
Trader Joe's?
I've not been. It's just a shame because I live awfully close to where.
Dude, okay, look, Trader Joe's has amazing things.
Rob is down there on the end. I just like to say that.
Hey, big bad Rob.
I didn't know he actually put on cans.
Yeah, I did. I'm still waiting for my food, and this thing is not on.
It is on.
It is on, buddy. How long ago did you get your food?
Maybe about 3-4 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might be a couple minutes. But yeah, absolutely. You've never been to Trader Joe's?
Sadly, no. I'm
Yeah, this is a
working on
nerd
it.
show.
Come on. What?
Screw
$3
Trader Joe's.
Chuck? Come on, go get yourself a bottle of $2 to $3 Chuck.
Let's talk about something pertinent
and
to nerds
maybe
and our
some
culture.
Jell-O's and some of the orange chicken's good.
Since Cole, you have taken on a larger role, one of the more popular cons here in Dallas, all
Keeping the
cons.
scissors away from him.
I have actually, for those of you who are not unfamiliar with the backstory, I have been associated with Allcon in some capacity all 9 years.
All right.
We started out as convention dealers. We introduced the game shows in 2006 with the Geek Match game. And a few years ago, I was named head of game shows, or Games in Theory as I call it, for Allcon. When not monitoring the board, Jason can be seen
Jason's flirting.
flirting and
Forcing
handing out
people,
cards.
to come over and take cards from me.
That's right.
Jason's.
Did you see how that worked? How I got her to actually come over here to get the cards?
Jason, you're a stone cold player.
That's the Jedi mind meld right
That's
there.
nice.
No, that's the
Jedi mind meld,
They're
right?
just. Oh, that's right. Jedi mind meld's actually a real thing, by the way. If you read the extended universe.
Huh?
You know, it's a torn card.
No, Cybersting did that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Those guys from that other
He
show.
was showing feats of strength.
But now, apparently, I've become
Sorry, go
the Mrs. Jedi Cole and I have become the Allcon Street Team,
Oh.
which we sort of dumbed into, and like in all things that I do. It was sort of like they need somebody to do something, and I'm dumb enough to do it.
No, I'll say it this way. I think people fall into those positions because they are actually really good at what you do, and I think you've done.
It's exactly why I do this show.
I thought you did just as a tax break, man. Or as a tax dodge.
I think I was about the last person you could find. That's what it is. I understand.
No, it's.
I was the last person that was remotely interested.
No, we will tell. Do you want to tell this? Should we do, since it's nearly our anniversary? Should we tell the story?
No, I will say that for another.
We'll say that for another show. Anyways,
Actually, our anniversary has passed, and you forgot it, and I'm hurt.
look, I'll take you out for that fancy steak dinner, and I may call you back
You
again.
do owe me a steak dinner, you
We've been hearing
jack.
about that steak dinner for about, what,
I know, he's been-
I do got to take him out for steak dinner.
Because all this
And my
magic,
beer.
all this is me. This is. I'm
I'm gonna get him I'm gonna give him a PBR.
That's
If you give me PBR, it's going to go upside your head.
Hipster brand beer. PBR.
But yeah, okay, we're talking
that
to
is some
Cole.
steak-worthy work down there, by the way.
Thank you very much. I actually got
But
stuff.
what kind of cut are we talking? Is this a T-bone or is this just a
I'm
Chateaubriand?
I'm more of a porterhouse.
Like chop steak,
Okay.
You're going to pay, homie,
Homie.
or a ribeye. At
I'll get you a ribeye. We'll go have a couple ribeyes. Drink some
You
beers.
agreed to the ribeye too fast.
Couple
I
beers.
took all the magic out of the ribeye right there.
Thanks a lot, Jason.
Yep. You paying, boy. Anyway, but
Okay.
we
I'll get you the best cut of steak Outback has.
we had a great time at Allcon. We were there all 3 days. Covered. I got to do the podcasters panel, which was awesome with Jedi Cole.
That was a really, and I got to tell you, and I
He
think
cut out on us an hour early.
I know because he
Yeah,
had to go judge
I had
Miss.
to go judge a costume contest
Miss Allcon.
for the 8th year out of 9.
I will say it this way: that panel was one of the better panels I've seen.
was fun.
It was a fun one. If we had to declare a winner, I think it would have been you.
Why are we gonna? Why do you keep wanting a winner in this? And you weren't even on the panel.
Well, because I have a personal stake in it, sir.
It's an exhibition, not a competition.
Competition.
All I did was sit up there and say the same stuff I say on this show, and I got to drink while doing it.
Well, you drink on the show anyway.
Yeah, you drink.
The point.
What is this?
I don't have a point. Get away from my coffee.
Smells like
Yes, indeed.
Arabica beans.
Well, that one, the podcasting panel is all about Rick Gutierrez of the United States of
Oh,
Geekdom.
yeah.
That's awesome.
His baby, and he pulled it off. He was actually going to do a very small turnout. He had a handful of guests in mind. And I said, well, I know there are some other podcasters like you guys who are going to be there already anyway. Why don't you say, hey, why don't you? And then he went nuts and just like invited every podcaster in the entire state.
Yeah, he did.
And it was probably a boon that I left when I did, because it just meant there was some room at table for people to actually spread their legs out. Or
It was a good event, and we had a great time. We did.
I have wanted to do more for Allcon. I want to do more. I want to be
That
somebody
is so
at.
He's going to be doing a one-man burlesque show next year.
that'll be great.
Actually, if I could just host the burlesque show, I would be the utmost
Okay,
pinnacle.
Jason, I'm going to let you
I
know
would
an
just be a
all-con
gentleman,
secret.
sir.
There are the want list, the waiting list to host the burlesque.
Yeah, I would be the pinnacle of maturity.
You're
and,
like Mr. 1,207,000,000 on that list.
At least I'm on the list.
Yeah,
all right,
just-
my
just
dreams
take a
can be
number,
realized at
mister.
some point.
It's like Beetlejuice, where you take the number and it's about a yard long.
Or I
exactly.
could just eliminate the competition.
Oh, there you go. One at a time.
That's an empty threat for me, guys. We know I would never hurt anyone to
You're
see
like the Ron Howard
scantily
school of tough
clad
guys.
women.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I totally would.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I tell you, but no, seriously, the event. We were talking about this. Compared to Allcon in a lot of ways is kind of ideally what a con should be, and that is a con that you have people out there hanging out. People. You have you have your dealers' rooms. You have your folks cosplaying. You have your panels. See, to me, I was mentioning this a while back. I like panels. I like people that actually put together things where you can sit down, you hear them talk about something that they're passionate about.
Absolutely. Well, Allcon is what I call, or rather, and not to belittle any of these other conventions that we had locally, because each one is unique in what they provide. But so many of the ones that for many years we've had in the DFW area were what I call a dealer room with a show attached.
Right.
Where you have maybe, this hour there's some programming, and then for 2 hours there's nothing, and then there's maybe a panel this hour. What Allcon brought back to the Dallas area was the convention with a dealer room attached. The dealer room is an aspect of, but not the main focus.
Right, exactly.
And way back in 2005, hanging around the registration table, people were coming up the Grand Escalier at the Sterling Hotel in Dallas, where they started. And they were arriving at the registration table, and so often the first question was, where's the dealer room? And that made me very sad, because people had forgotten what the Dallas Fantasy Fairs were like, where there was so much going on any given hour of the show. You had to pick and choose which panel.
Oh, yeah.
I remember just going, I want to go this panel and this panel at the same time.
I consider Allcon not really a con; it's a 3-day party.
Oh, it is. It very much
Oh,
is.
wow.
But this coming year, though.
Oh, yes. Hey, kids, guess what?
It's gonna be a 4-day party.
Wow.
And to tell the family secret, Thursday is open to the public. It is a preview day.
You heard it here.
First of their 4-day shows. The first year for a 4-day show. Thursday is going to be open to the public.
Mm-hmm.
So it will literally be like if you're riding the fence on Allcon, come out. It's going to be programming all day Thursday. And you'll get a flavor of Allcon before you invest.
Oh,
which
absolutely.
is worth every penny.
Wow,
Like
you get to
need that.
You get to try it before you buy it.
That's right. And, if you've ever wondered, this is a good opportunity to find out. My half-ass productions will be there, of course, doing game shows and talk shows and what have you.
Oh, yeah.
Greetings, citizen. The mighty placeholder will, of course, be back. Made brief appearances this year. And A lot of people may remember the mighty placeholder from about 3 or 4 years ago at Alcon.
Now, you also said that I can do something. You did say I can
did
do
You
say-
said he could do something.
Can we tell them? Or do you have to, like...
I think
okay?
we got to. I think
Can
they
you-
might have to pass it
Can
according to
you have
committee.
to okay it with people? And if they don't tell them...
Actually,
it's me.
I am game shows.
Oh,
I am
he's
I'm the department head.
Then we're about
so-
to make an announcement, Chris.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Or what are you doing?
This could be a wee
Well,
thing.
this is going to be a wee thing because we
Yes.
want
A woo.
Chris to do something else. But Jason has taken on the daunting task of hosting the return of Screen Time, a game show that disappeared from the Alcon rosters.
I got to hear about this. What is screen time for the uninitiated?
Screen Time is, is unique. It's a combination of trivia type game show format with a section of, I think the second round of Screen Time is movie quotes.
Oh, right.
But they're going to be read in a very sort of plain, out of character way. So you have to be able to identify movie quotes, recognize movie quotes when they're read as if your grandma was reading them off a piece of paper.
Basically, you
rather
read
than-
them deadpan. That's why
Deadpan,
you're going to be
exactly.
reading the quotes.
Oh, boy.
See, you're into it already, buddy.
Let's see. Can I have an audition real quick? Can you
Uh,
let me pull a movie
give me-
quote.
give me
we
a
need to
sample.
do a.
Wait, find a movie
This
quote.
is our audition for
This
it.
is a screen test here.
So I would be okay, guys. So our first movie quote is going to be the professor's going to read it off, and
essentially what's happening with that aspect. And by the way, one of the things we've really loved, Rick and Roy did Don't Lose Your Geek Card Sadistically Difficult Disney Trivia Edition this year.
sadistically difficult Disney trivia.
Sadistically difficult Disney trivia. I thought it was going to
Try
be a
saying that
nightmare.
5 times fast.
And people loved it. The more difficult, the better, it seemed. And I was a little afraid it might be too difficult, but these people were dead on. They were amazing. The contestants loved it. The audience loved it. So we're definitely back for next year. But one of the things we haven't done much of is have 2 hosts on the show. And that was a dynamic that was just a whole lot of fun. So we're trying to do a lot more of that as
see?
well.
We're 2 hosts.
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
Especially people who are
duelist.
accustomed to each other and
We're 2 hosts.
yeah, who are like a unit. They're like one of those transformers that attaches and becomes a bigger transformer.
You're my minicon, Chris.
Hang on a second. I need to find me a quote here I can do.
Oh, just say something.
Yeah.
You are full of useless
Okay,
knowledge.
how
Sure, you
about-
have to pull a
no,
quote.
I'll have what she's having.
Let's see. I'm trying to bring one up.
But what the dynamic of this portion of the show is?
You are so. See, you're ruining this for me, Chris.
Hang on. I'm getting a good quote.
I'm stalling for you, by the way, Chris.
Thank you, sir.
Is the contestants are presented with this quote, and they are given points. 1 point for getting the movie, 1 point for getting the character, and 1 point for getting the actor or actress. So they can get up to 3 points by buzzing in.
And you're allowed
Okay.
to do any movie now.
What's the point of owning a race car if you can't drive it?
Okay.
There you go.
Then all right. So do we have anybody? Okay, and then someone would go, "Excuse me, I know that. That's Iron Man 2, Tony Stark, as played by Robert Downey Jr." Ding, ding, ding,
There
ding,
you
ding.
go.
They win.
Then Jason just got
You
3
know,
points.
dead almost 20 years, you're still taking me to school.
Okay, you picked a quote from the same damn.
I know.
movie.
I'm just pulling it out of my butt.
that's
How about this one? Now the question is: are we going to be allowed to go with very? We have to keep it a certain
Okay, you're going to actually
rating.
We
pull
have to be
these quotes
sort of
beforehand.
family.
I am going to be pulling them.
Please don't pull anything from Magic Mike or.
I was going to pull the Big Lebowski stuff,
Yes.
you can
Over
say-
the line, Smokey.
Yeah, you can
over
say
the
like
line.
The dude abides or something like that. Depending on how.
I want you to look outside that window, Larry, because this is what happens when you. Well, never mind. I won't go into that.
See, there
When you
go.
make a friend with a stranger in the Alps. That was from the TV edit, by the way.
If you
Wow.
want a time killer, you can do the whole Ezekiel.
If no one gets that, I'm going to.
Yeah, that would be sad if you have to recite the entire.
Maybe we could do something where the loser gets shot with a Nerf gun by me.
How about a kick? You know what you should do? If
No,
they don't
not
give him a kick,
physically
give him a
assaulting
kick in
people
the
again.
junk.
You got a roundhouse kick to the head.
I'm
roundhouse kick to the junk, son.
You're wearing these
I am-
bad boys.
I am
Forget
done
about it.
physically assaulting people where there are witnesses.
Well, there we go. There's a good quote for you. You know, nobody wants a roundhouse kick to the head while I'm wearing these bad boys.
See, there we go.
Okay,
I,
oh boy.
I don't know that one actually.
Oh wow, that is
Wait a
Dietrich Bader as Rex and Rex Kwando
Ah,
and Napoleon Dynamite.
I've actually only
Marvel-
seen that movie like once.
Yeah,
what's
you've
wrong with
only
you?
seen Napoleon Dynamite once.
Yeah,
Really?
I remember movies a
How
lot.
about no matter where you go, there you are?
That
that used to
is
be our
the
intro.
adventure. That's the Adventures of Buckaroo
Buckaroo
Banzai in
Banzai.
the Eighth Dimension, across the Eighth Dimension.
Peter Weller.
That's when Buckaroo was in the bar with the Hong Kong Cavaliers
That's
playing,
right,
and that's when he met
Artie's
Penny.
Artery.
That's right.
You may have driven through a mountain in Texas, but I want some music out of you characters.
Yeah, of course,
Can you
know
tell
that's.
playing in my head 24 hours a day.
Oh, jeez. I bet you this guy also has an oscillating overthruster in his house as well.
Not in the house. It's out in the.
It is-
It's in the jet car.
It is in your jet car.
That's
Nice.
right.
Oh boy.
Because if it was that simple, people would be doing it every day.
Yeah, but then you're just driving through holes in mountains, and then it
That's
just kind of
right.
rips holes in space and time, and it just gets real messy from
And
there.
Well, it really messes with electroids.
Ah, yeah,
A
yeah.
girl named John.
John. John Big Booty.
What?
Yeah, that's one of the characters.
Yeah.
One of the
I'm here to
electrodes.
see
John
Mr.
Big Booty.
John Big Booty.
John
Big
Big Booty.
Booty.
It's Big Booty.
What's your name? John
John
Smallberries.
Okay, how about this? I got a quote for you just because I wanted to add a quote in there.
Okay.
But today, in the name of freedom, we take the battle to them.
I was going to go with Iron Man 2 again, but I'm
Wrong.
pretty sure that's not it.
I would never.
Was it one of the Transformers movies?
Wow, how did you really guess that?
That's sad.
Is that just because you know me so well, or
Yes, that's from Rise of the Fallen.
that is from Dark of the Moon.
Dark of the Moon, Rise of the Fallen.
Who said it?
Wasn't that Optimus Prime that said that?
Played by?
Peter Cullen.
All right, you got it.
See, I have a geek card. I have my nerd card right here, pal.
All right, I tried.
Oh, which is good because one of our recurring game shows is Don't Lose Your Geek Card. You guys should try to be contestants.
You know, you people are so petty and tiny.
We could do that, like at the beginning of the show. We could like test each other, and we'll totally off the. We won't share the answer.
I'll
and
just
we'll
pull
see who
something
can
like from Wes Anderson out of my pocket and just throw him. Because he won't know it.
I think you should actually have to do good movies, or
Hey,
actually,
look. Wes Anderson does good movies, sir.
he does.
He does some great movies.
Can you tell me one of these movies?
I can tell you a few. Bottle Rocket.
I don't need.
Okay. How about Forged When the World Was Young and Man, Beast, and Bird were one?
And Beast and Bird was one.
That would be Lord of the Rings, Gandalf the Grey. He was
No, I'm
Gandalf.
afraid that was John Borman's seminal Excalibur.
Oh, wow. We're talking movies people have actually seen.
Oh, wow. Or actually, movies people who weren't born before
Or
Star
then.
We're gonna have to
Wars.
pick up. We're gonna have to kind of pick some movies and then gauge the audience and then pick
Absolutely.
The quotes.
Well, a lot of it will be provided for you. One of the things we do at Games in Theory
Oh,
is
sweet.
hand over all the material you need. But if you want to send suggestions to us, to me,
I think we can do that.
then I will definitely be using that one because I think we're going to be culling about 30 potentials from about 500.
I think we can do that. Well, we've got a plethora of film coming out this year that we can also play with as well. So that's
There's going to be a
Yes,
bunch
exactly.
of quote-worthy stuff coming out this summer and next.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
And the
You
one
think there'll
after
actually
that.
be something quotable in movies between now and 2014? Okay. Sure, maybe. I don't know, because, Storycraft is dead.
Well, okay. So, by the way, let's get your thoughts on this. I don't know if we asked him this already. I want to get into the Star Trek question with you real quick with new Star Trek film. Thoughts? I know it's not going to be out for another month, but do you really think Benedict Cumberbatch is Khan?
I am hoping not. The vibe I'm getting from what I've seen has more of a Charlie X feel.
I was going to say that Charlie X.
It kind of exudes Charlie X more than it exudes Khan. But of course, they could be goofing around with us and taking Khan in a whole different direction.
Well, because he's been rather averse of any interviews going. So you're playing Khan? He's like, no, actually, I'm just playing this character named John Smallberries.
Ew.
No, I think that it's pretty much finalized that he's not supposed to be Khan. He's just
evil guy.
He's just a terrorist. That's all he is.
Yeah, and it's like I will say
There's been a lot of speculation that character is going to be.
We're talking, but yeah, are we going to go see that? Are we going to go see an IMAX, sir?
I'm
IMAX 3D? Because I'm an
No,
IMAX 3D theater
no.
at my house.
I will say,
I don't do
though,
IMAX. I don't do 3D. I hate 3D.
God bless you.
Hi, sweetheart. Would you like a sticker? There you go. You want to say thank you on here?
Oh,
Oh, she's cute.
she's very sweet.
Hey, I was there last couple weeks ago. I know how it feels. Get better, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye bye. See, that's when I like these concerts because people will bring their kids and it'll be fun.
And
we'll
you
just
can
have fun.
scare them.
And then I can make faces at them. See, she stepped at our table first.
Yeah, you've got all the plush and soft things over there.
Yeah, she came out and hung out with the transfer.
That's awesome. That's a kid after my own
It's
heart.
the hard edge.
I'm just kidding with you guys. Okay, these guys have got some massive credit. We're talking about the Brony guys across from us.
Yeah.
They've got some massive credit because they have.
Well, they've got the best model kits in the world.
They've got the Dragula.
The only thing they're missing is Aurora dinosaur kits.
Oh wow, that's old school. They've got the Shagwire. Dude, they got the
Yeah.
Shagwire over
Yeah,
there.
I saw that one.
Yeah, baby.
They got Mr. Spock fighting the two-headed snake with the phaser thing going on.
What? Did Spock ever fight a two-headed snake with a
The
phaser?
thing is, that was the model kit was based on what should have been. It's if Star Trek had a bigger budget.
Yeah.
I've had the camera on.
Wasn't that when that been the one that been season 4?
Yes, exactly.
The original series?
That was the first episode of season 4.
Spock fights a three-headed
Yeah.
snake, and it turns
snake.
out it's intelligent.
Snakes, yeah, and they all feel bad afterwards.
It's like it's like that whole discussion I got into about Enterprise. Really, we wasted a whole season with the Xindi arc.
Yeah, then the whole crew has to go to the three-headed snake's funeral.
Oh yeah.
It's sort of like that when Act 3 and Darjeeling Limited.
Oh yeah.
Same sort of idea. That's where they got the idea. They took the old script and then rewrote it.
See, you named a good Wes Anderson film. Thank you.
Yes, there we go. I didn't even know it was a Wes Anderson.
That's a Wes Anderson
That is
movie,
one
man.
of my favorites.
I like that. I liked Fantastic Mr. Fox. Actually, he did Fantastic Mr. Fox, Roland Dahl
I
story.
have not seen that. And I,
It's stop motion animation.
yes, and one of the running lines on USG is meant to see it, but I actually genuinely did mean to see that one. Normally that's dismissive, like meant to see it.
What a cussing cuss. No, I'm just kidding. That's a line that basically they wouldn't curse in the movie. Saying what the cuss or cussing cuss.
So
What?
Rather than create their own curse words
They
like
just said,
Battlestar Galactica did in
Frack,
the 70s.
frack.
And nobody noticed.
Oh, was it
Feldercarb.
Feldercarb.
Feldercarb I thought was brilliant because it's like, wow, you snuck that past those idiots at the
Well, it was the 70s, of course. You
It
know.
was space cussing.
Well,
Because back then everything was, if it was sci-fi, it was space.
space cursing.
Say whatever, space burger, space
I will have a
space cycle.
Space Cycle, yes. Which, by the way, is it just me or did you guys watch Doctor? I want to go around the table. Doctor Who last week. Anybody watch? Anybody watch? Anybody watch?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I will say it this
sadly
way.
out of the loop.
I will say for the folks that did, yeah, the space. What is it? The space scooter or the rocket scooter they used to. I said, wait a second. I saw this in a movie came out in 1980 called Flash Gordon.
Please don't spoil anything for me. Okay. Just making sure you didn't.
Dude, he spoils
So
everything.
do they drive?
Hawkman.
Do they happen to drive it past anything like they have like watercolor backgrounds going on or anything like that?
Look like
that would have
look
made
like
it
a
even-
Yes cover. You know?
would have made it a little more Flash Gordon.
Oh,
In
gee.
fact, I'm working on. There's a guy involved with Alcon who does. They've done some. 2 of these little videos. They're like they had one about con etiquette and then they
Oh,
had
yeah.
one about volunteering, which star Voltan.
Oh boy.
Which, James does this wonderful Voltan. He's got this amazing costume, and I'm hoping I can get some of the guys to do a game show preview reel. And I want to do a game show where Voltan's the contestant.
Oh God.
And every one of the
right.
answers is like, what was the name of I don't know the year, but the film about the Brazilian soccer team who were forced to rely on cannibalism to survive? Alive! So everything's what is a good compliment, a good for your baked potato? Chives!
Oh, Lord.
Just have him ringing in on every one.
Hey, the more Brian Blessed we have in the world, the better. The way I
think
look.
if we are blessed with blessed,
But we should be
are-
blessed more.
That's right.
Anyways, but no. So what were we saying?
What are
Oh,
you doing over there?
I'm just playing with the thing. Sorry. Anyways, so
Yeah.
to recap, so far for everybody that's joined us, Cole here is working on a awesome little project for his podcast, his
Hey Kids
annual.
Comics. Yes, we're doing Hey Kids Comics annual number 1, which will come out in about mid-July.
Right, and we're going to be yours truly and my partner Slappy here is going to be doing a
Funny you should say Slappy.
hit me. Look, I got the safety scissors in hand, man. I ain't afraid to use them. I'll cut somebody with these.
He's not afraid to use them safely. And we will be
I'll give your
opening
beard a trim.
I cut your hair when you weren't looking.
Come here, Samson. I gotta cut you.
I cut your hair when you weren't
See,
looking.
it's getting all
Okay,
Les Mis all
Delilah,
over
calm
again.
down.
You'll have to look at the broadcast later. I totally cut your hair.
You did. Thank you. I need a little off the top.
Yeah.
We will be having a formal announcement on the site fairly soon that we'll be opening the Hey Kids Comics Annual, which is the best comic I ever read. We're actually going to have listeners write in and let us know that they want to be on the show. We'll record brief interviews and just talk up, the best comic individual issue, story arc, miniseries, what have you.
That is going to be the toughest thing to decide because I've grown. I mean, I'm a kid who, I grew up in of course the 80s and the 90s when. It's like when the comics were just like, okay, we're going to try every crazy, wild event, crossover, stand on our head type of thing.
Well, as long as your favorite is not the issue of Savage Dragon where he's in the shower with what's her name?
No, that was the one that was sold.
Wow.
That issue was just like, oh, really?
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah, that issue.
They were trying to one-up the battle with God and the devil.
They were really going for it on Savage Dragon during that time.
Whatever, there's a title that I just really didn't get the point of. Oh, I'm a cop, but I'm also a dragon man, and I'm doing cop things.
Before you say anything, Eric Larson has pinned every single one of those issues since the incarnation of it, so you shut your mouth.
I'm not saying anything bad about Eric Larson. I'm just saying the whole concept of the of dragon cop guy who.
What else is he going to do? I mean, what? What's he going to do?
Maybe get a job at Whole Foods. I don't know.
Why?
He could get a job at the docks lifting stuff.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
why
he
the
can pick
hell
up
would you do that?
buses. for
Maybe
God's
running a
sake.
diner. For
The guy can pick up buses and he's making cop wages. Like
Yeah,
cop
exactly.
wages. They won't even make him a detective.
I don't think he had much of a choice because he was an amnesiac as well, so he was like, I'll take whatever job I can
Oh,
get.
so, sort of like Memento meets Superman.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like now. What are you looking at there, Jason?
Huh? What?
He's trying to figure out what his favorite comic was.
He's
I'm
looking
looking
for
at porn.
He's looking at transmorphers. See, I knew I would get him to do that.
I missed your bone with my knuckles, so just count your blessings there.
But when I was first, working on this project, Mrs. Jedi Cole says, "Oh, so it'll be you talking about Watchmen and then everybody else." I said, "I swear I will not talk about Watchmen. There's
Why not?
1,000 hours of me talking about Watchmen.
I could go into
on the internet.
I could go into 20 minutes on Watchmen and just I'll sum it up like this. The book was better than the film. That's all I'll say, really.
Oh,
honestly.
That's a good summation. I mean, if you've watched the film and thought there's no reason to read the comic, read the comic.
Read the comic.
Yes, please.
I would
do
prefer.
yourself a favor because anything that was great in the comic was either excised or sexed up.
Well, I look at it like this. If when you take out Tales of the Black Freighter and you make it its own spin-off project, that kind of bothered me a little bit.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have see. Well, because I know there's that Ultimate Edition that is floating out there somewhere where they reintegrated Tales of the Black Freighter and all the other stuff in it. And I know that they did a very, very limited run of it.
Absolutely,
Yeah, and it's like I've been looking for it because it's like, okay, I watch film. All right, and let's go into the first chapter of the Black Freighter, and then we go back, and then of course they took all the good stuff when with Hollis and him talking about the book.
Amazon.
Oh yeah.
And then
kind
it's
of
just
reconfigured a lot of the history and then did committed the ultimate travesty.
what?
Comparing book to movie was the fight scene in the alley.
Oh yeah.
Which was meaningful. It drove the story, and it was sensible. It wasn't violence for violence sake, and they sexed it up like crazy. At the end in the book, when Laurie and Dan walk away, they have injured and incapacitated the Knot Tops,
Right.
who frankly deserved it.
Right.
And probably weren't going to go call the cops because, we were going to try to, rob these guys and they beat us up.
Mm-hmm.
In the movie, they leave behind at least 2 corpses.
Yeah.
You cannot walk away from that in good conscience.
Well,
And that demeans the characters because they walked away, albeit they killed them in self-defense, more or less, but they are literally walking away from 2 dead bodies.
Oh, yeah.
Minimum. And that is where they took a scene that worked and turned it into garbage.
see, that's kind of where I've gotten into this discussion about Zack Snyder. As much as I'm a fan of Zack's work, I liked some of what he did with Watchmen. I didn't like entirely what he did the whole thing. I mean, there were some parts in that popped. There were some
Absolutely.
that didn't. 300 was amazing.
Yes.
You know, the concept, you know, even and I'll say it this way, Sucker Punch was pretty decent to a degree, you know.
Afraid I have not seen that.
Sucker
yet.
Punch film he came out with a couple years back, not bad. It was, you know, pretty much girls in a crazy hospital having crazy weird dreams, and of course they ended it when they gave one of them her. I won't reveal the end of it, so it's. But anyways, I'm a little cautious about Man of Steel. I'm very cautious about it because it sounds like this is going to be. I'm really hoping it's not, but it looks like it's. Hope it's not emo Superman, you know. Emo Cal.
I'm just hoping we don't have to suffer through something akin to bullet to the eyeball money shot.
Oh, from Superman Returns,
Yeah.
which was kind of dumb. That was kind of a dumb
At
shot.
what point, when you're shooting Superman with the super high caliber ordnance and nothing is affecting him, do you simply not just say, one bullet or 10,000, I'm never going to hurt him. Why am I still pulling the trigger?
Yep, that was a dumb part. I don't know why he thought, you know.
Well,
I mean, granted,
okay. Look at the comic books. Superman goes after these typical bank robber thugs for a lot of the early issues, and these guys are just unloading on him. They see bullets bouncing off and so on, and then some guy will take a gun and throw it at him. Like that's supposed to work.
Was that gun made of kryptonite or something?
Just in case.
Actually, a show that we're both
Maybe it's sharp objects that won't hurt him, but blunt ones will.
You know, there's a show that we're both a fan of, Venture Brothers, when they did that.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Jurassic
Oh, yeah.
Part, where the guy like shoots all the bullets, and then he throws the gun, and the other henchman goes, "What did you do that for?" "I thought it looked cool." Go get it. I thought it looked cool. Go get it right now.
At that point, it gets to sort of like the old police story, or police squad, rather, where they both run out of bullets and they're just throwing guns at each other.
Oh god, that's a class. That was the one where they're behind garbage cans firing. Yes.
And then it turns out they're point blank range in the first place.
God, see, good TV that we don't have anymore.
Exactly.
So, Jason, okay, so, anyways, are we still...
He's messing with the thing.
We're still streaming. I guess we should have stopped at some point, or at least say goodbye to our. Okay, we do have other things to do because it is 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
if you ain't come down here to the North Texas Comic Book Show, you're wrong.
You're just a bum.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun today.
Yeah, so we want to
I
thank...
really appreciate you having me on the show.
Again,
Yeah,
thank
Cole.
Jedi Cole for coming. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, buddy.
I meant to interrupt you.
Thank you to the
Thank you,
great...
Cole, to come down to the show. I appreciate it, and please join us some other time. Chris, do you have anything to say?
I was going to
So
again
keep on
thank
learning,
Cole.
guys.
I was going to thank Cole. You're a jerk.
I was waiting for Chris to thank himself.
Well, I thank myself for coming to the show today. It's been awesome.
You know,
I want to thank again...
when Cole started talking, but I kept going when you started talking.
You're just a butthole.
I'm actually microphone bullying you right now.
Oh, wow.
You know what?
So anyway, guys,
I'm going to sue you for harassment, sir. I am suing you for bullying.
okay, I won't turn your mic off. Just get your hand off the.
I'll turn yours off then. Ha 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 ha. Poor Jason, he looks sad.
As sparks start to fly from the soundboard.
I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, Cole, again, thank you for coming and sitting down with us, talking about your
You're very
project. Guys, check out his podcast. Again, it's Hey Kids Comics Weekly. You can find it on...
Jedi Cole Universe, which is JediCole.com. And since we are at a convention, I will also plug Convention Awareness Project Texas, which is a spin-off of my site, which is the comprehensive resource for convention information of conventions happening in the Lone Star State all year long. If you go to the master list, click on the name of any convention, it will take you right to their website. That is conventionawareness.tx.blogspot.com.
Kids, check it out. This man knows his stuff. We like it. Cole, again, we always like you coming on, buddy. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
All right, and we're going to go hit the floor, take a look at some of the fun stuff there. And
Because this thing's been packed all day.
we have been busy. So, guys, keep on nerding, and we will see you guys soon. Adios.